Alrighty, hi everybody, and thank you for joining me for this live stream here today. Before we start, I just need to go do something real quick, so let me do that. There we go. Okay. We'll move the flower a little bit away from the candle that's currently lit. And so, as you can tell by this title, you're joining me here today to welcome something that I've mentioned in a previous live stream. You may be wondering what that is. Well, it's my newly released coloring book that includes aircrafts. So this is what it looks like as the cover, and this is available on Amazon for $8.99. This is what the back looks like. So when you look at Amazon, these are a few examples of what you would look as the potential images you could color in. So we got some helicopters, we got an airplane, which I don't think there's many airplanes like this anymore, hot air balloons, and then a modern aircraft right here, airplane. So we do have 20 amazing images included in here. A lot of the aircrafts will be in the sky like this, and so it does go all the way to the border. Here you see like a little white, that's just this back cover page because of how I'm holding it, but the images do go all the way to the edge of the paper. And we also have it where it's only, what's a better example? Let's look at this front image of this helicopter. You could tell on the back, we did it so there's no image. So if you wanted to use any type of coloring utensils, whether it's marker, color pencils, pens, or even a pencil, you will not have any of your coloring utensils bleed through to the next image because one, we've made it so there isn't an image behind another image. And another thing you could do is put like a piece of paper to ensure it doesn't bleed onto the next image. So we saw the helicopter. There's you even get to like color in your own rainbow. And another thing why I even made this coloring book is because in previous videos, especially in live streams, you can see I love art. I love to color. And as a college student, I even like coloring books. And so, as you can tell by the title, this is for kids, but it's also for adults. It's for anyone necessarily. For anyone in general. Because even if maybe you're not really into aviation, but you want like more structured aircrafts to color, or just more structured images and something different than the typical patterns you get, because this isn't a pattern, we just made the images. And yeah, we even got an airplane flying through a storm in here. We got, I think, 2 hot air balloons in here, and this one's like carrying a ship, so it feels like a fantasy, this one. And I thought that was really cool because yes, aviation is like a modern concept, but thinking about even like fantasy and just having fun with it and just getting to choose whatever colors you want and just give your time the space to be just you, your mind, and however you want to color in these images. I feel like that's a great way to have some self-care, especially throughout the week when you're extremely busy, you're just going from one thing to another, or maybe your mind is constantly racing. This is a great way to calm that mind, to slow things down and just put your focus on other things. Whether you just like focus on a cloud for one day, for like one session of when you're coloring and when you pick up this book, you don't have to complete a whole page in a day, especially if you're someone like me where things have to be done a certain way. Okay, then maybe you work on this barn here for a bit, and you just work on that for just one session. For one time you pick up your coloring book, and then the next time you could continue on with the image. And so, yeah, it just, for 20 pages you get 20 great images. So let's see. Oh, this one's really cool. This one is right as the plane is about to land, I want to say, because of how close it is to the ground and based on how the nose of the plane is slightly up, so it doesn't necessarily cause the aircraft to like jump up, because if the nose is down, it's not how you typically land. But some could argue that it's also taking off. So how do you view this image? Do you think the plane is landing or taking off? Because from someone who's taken some flying lessons, I think the plane's landing just based on where the runway is starting, and I don't think this plane's taking off, in my opinion. But yeah, let me know your inputs on that. And then we also got some fighter jets, I want to say. I don't know the exact term of each aircraft that we have on here, but this is another example of when you of this aircraft all the way in the sky with the sun, and you could do like your traditional sun colors, or you can make your own sun colors and have your own universe in this coloring book. If you want to go by like the traditional ways of coloring things, by their traditional colors, feel free, but also be creative and include your own colors. Maybe make a new color when you're in here and combine colors as you go. So yeah, some little examples of what to expect in this coloring book. Once again, the Amazon link is in the description down below, or if you type Olivia Ryt as an author into Amazon and go to my author page, it will be the third book in there. So with that being said, thank you for joining me here today, and yeah, I think we're all set, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all. Oh, wait, another thing is, if your brother or sister, or maybe it's your aunt or uncle, or even your father or mother, if they like aviation, this is a great present, especially for Mother's Day, it's coming up, or even Easter. This comes into the mail extremely quick. So whether it's Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, or maybe it's just someone's birthday coming up, perfect present. They could have fun for hours. Like, even though it's 20 pages, it's a decent amount of 20 pages with extreme detail and a lot of areas to color in with however they desire. So yeah, now with that being said, we'll end the live stream, and if you want to share your thoughts on this coloring book, if you've got it yourself and you just want to share your input and your experience, also feel free to do that here on this video as well as on the Amazon page for this book. And we'll see y'all next time. Bye y'all.